high school, and today I am going to share with you one of my favorite stories. It's an Anansi tale. As a cultural artist in the Dallas County, I usually tell stories that are of our African culture. So today I decided to do just the same with you and share one of my most favorite. This is entitled A Story, a Story. How Anansi got all the stories in the world. Now, many African stories are about Kweku Anansi, that means Uncle Anansi, who's known as the Spider-Man. And these spider stories, they tell how a small, defenseless man or animal can outwit others and succeed even against great odds. Usually, an African storyteller begins the story by saying, we do not really mean that what we're about to say is true. A story, let it come and let it go. Now once, oh small children, round my knee, there were no stories on earth to be told. All the stories belonged to Nyame, the sky god. He kept them in a golden box next to his royal stool. Anansi the Spider-Man wanted to buy the sky god's stories, so he spun a web up to the sky. Now when the sky god heard what Anansi wanted, he laughed. The price of my stories is that you bring me Osibo, the leopard of the terrible teeth, Mboro, the hornet that stings like fire, and Bumwatia, the fairy whom no men have ever seen. Anansi, he bowed and answered, I shall gladly pay the price. Laughed the sky god. How can a weak old man like you, so small, pay my price? But Anansi, he merely climbed down from the sky back to the earth to begin to find the things that the sky god commanded. Now Anansi ran along the jungle path, yikkery, till he came to Osibo, the leopard of terrible teeth. Oh, Anansi, said the leopard, you are just in time to be my lunch. Anansi replied, as for that, what will happen will happen. But first, let us play the binding game. The leopard, who was fond of games, asked, how is it played? With vine creepers, explained Anansi. I will bind you by your foot. Then I will untie you, and you can tie me up. Very well, growled the leopard, who planned to eat Anansi as soon as it was his turn to bind him. So Anansi tied the leopard by his foot, with the vine creeper. Then he said, now, Osibo, you are ready to meet the sky god. And he hung the tied leopard up in the tree in the jungle. he crept through the tall grasses, sorrow, 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 till he came to the nest of Umbur, the hornets that sting like fire. Anansi held the banana leaf over his head as an umbrella. Then he poured the calabash full of water over his head. The rest of the water he emptied onto the nest of the hornets, and he cried, "Oh, it's raining, 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 raining. Should you not fly into my calabash so that the rain will not tatter your wings?" Thank you, mumbled and hummed the hornets, and they flew into the calabash. Anansi quickly stuffed up the mouth of the gourd. "Now, Mboro, you are ready to meet the sky god," said Anansi, and he hung the calabash in the tree in the jungle right next to the leopard. Anansi now carved a little wooden doll holding a bowl. He covered the doll from top to bottom with sticky gum sap. Then he filled the doll's bowl with yummy, yummy yams. Now he set that little doll at the foot of a flamboyant tree where the fairies like to dance. Anansi tied one end of a vine round the doll's head, and holding the other end in his own hand, he hid behind a bush. In a little while, Mumwatia, the fairy that no man has ever seen, came dancing, dancing, dancing to the foot of the flamboyant tree. There, she saw the doll holding the bowl of yams. Mumwatia said, "Come, baby, I am hungry. May I eat some of your yams?" Anansi pulled at the vine in his hiding place so that the doll seemed to be nodding yes. So the fairy took the bowl from the doll and ate up all of the yams. "Thank you, Gum Baby," said the fairy. But the doll did not answer. "Don't you reply when someone is speaking to you? I say thank you, don't you reply?" cried the angered fairy. The doll did not stir. It did not move. "Gum Baby, I'll slap your crying place unless you answer me," shouted the fairy. But the wooden doll remained still and silent. So the fairy slapped her crying place, pop, and her hand got stuck fast to the Gum Baby's sticky cheek. "Let go of my hand or I'll slap you again, pop!" She slapped the doll's crying place with her other hand, and now the fairy was stuck to the Gum Baby with both of her hands, and she was furious. She pushed against the doll with her foot, and it also got stuck. Now Anansi came out of his hiding place. "You are ready to meet the sky god, Mumwatia," and he carried her to the tree where the leopard and the hornets were already waiting. So Anansi, he spun a web around Osibo and Mumboro and Muatia. Then he spun a web up to the sky. He pulled up his captives in a bag behind him, and he set them down at the feet of Nyame, the sky god. Oh, Nyame, said Anansi, bowing low. Here is the price you ask for your stories. Oh, Sibo, the leopard of terrible teeth. Mboro, the hornet that stings like fire. And Mumortia, the fairy that men have never seen. Yame, the sky god, called together all of the nobles of his court, and he addressed them in a loud voice, saying, Little Anansi the Spider-Man has paid me the price I asked for my stories. Sing his praise, I command you. From this day and going on forever, proclaimed the sky god. My stories belong to Anansi and shall be called Spider Stories. Said all of the people as they shouted in praise of Anansi. So, Anansi, he took the golden box of stories back to Earth, to the people of his village. And when he opened the box, all the stories scattered to the corners of the world, including this one. Well, this is my story which I have related to you. If it be sweet or if it not be sweet, take some elsewhere and let some come back to me. A story, a story. I hope that you've enjoyed sharing with me one of my most favorite stories. And I hope that you are taking care of yourself during this time away from all of our friends and our teachers. And we hope that we'll soon be back together.